All right. So we are going to be doing a little bit of research today. We're going to talk about biographies, autobiographies, and then we're going to do some dialogue. Okay. So before we start, let's talk about those three vocabulary words first. Okay. So a biography, and as an adult, I still get these two confused a little bit. Okay. I'm still looking for a trick to remember which is which. A biography would be if I wrote a book about Mr. McCavey. If I wrote about his life and some of the achievements that he did in his life, that would be a biography. Now, if I wrote a book about my life, that would be an autobiography. Okay? So if you write a book about somebody else, it's a biography. If you can remember that, you should be good to go. Now, a dialogue is just any conversation between two or more people. Okay? And usually dialogue, they use that a lot when we're performing or doing a play, something like that. So today it'll be a conversation between two puppets that you guys are going to plan out. Okay? So first, let me read you this really interesting. I almost told you the answer. You guys are going to tell me at the end if it's a biography or an autobiography. Okay? But it is a book called Listen, How Evelyn Glennie, a Deaf Girl, Changed Percussion. Okay, so if we didn't know what the word percussion meant, she has a drum down here, right? So we know, we kind of get an idea percussion might mean when you hit something with something else. So maybe a xylophone, a drum, anything that creates a beat, okay? So, but we also see the word deaf, which means either she cannot hear or she has hearing loss, okay? So let's see how those two go together. This is a story of music, of obstacles, of strength and hard work, of all you can accomplish when you dream. If you find your own way to listen. If your ears can't hear the strum or hum or thrum of a melody, can music still swirl and twirl? It did for Evelyn Glennie. Listen. In the late 1960s, Scottish music rolled through the farm hills of Aberdeenshire, Scotland, where Evelyn Glennie grew up. Her heart swelled when air blew from the bellows of her father's accordion on Christmas Eve. On Sundays, she sat at the organ bench next to her mother. A curtain closed behind them, creating their own tiny world of pipes and pebbles. From the moment Evelyn heard her first note, music held her heart. Evelyn played piano songs by ear at 8 years old. Clarinet notes slid through her lips when she was 10, but soon her ears began to hurt. Voices became distant whispers. Evelyn's parents took her to an audiologist. He frowned. The nerves in Evelyn's ears are degenerating. She's never going to be able to play music. She's going to need hearing aids for the rest of her life, and she's going to need to go to school for the deaf. Evelyn didn't understand. Only 30 minutes earlier, she'd been able to play music, and now she couldn't? Why? She wanted to wear hearing aids, read lips, and play music. She wanted to choose which school that she went to. Evelyn's parents shook their heads at the doctor. No, her father told him. Hearing or not, she will do what she wants to do. After completing primary school at 11 years old, Evelyn decided to continue her traditional education at Ellen Academy, a secondary school. By this time, a ringing phone sounded like muffled crunches in her ear. Still, the percussion in the orchestra caught her attention. Rat-a-tat danced the snare drum sticks. Dum-de-dum bounced the marimba mallets. Bum-wum-bum thrummed the timpani sticks. Evelyn knew immediately, I want to be a part of that. Every first-year student was tested for musical ability. Questions quietly crackled through a tape recorder. Evelyn strained to hear it. She scored very poorly. They tested only her ear's ability to listen, not her heart and not her body. For the next few months, Evelyn begged the school for percussion lessons. Finally, a percussion teacher named Ron Ford tested her ability to read music and play rhythm. Thanks to years of piano lessons, she passed. For her first lesson, Mr. Forbes gave Evelyn a strange assignment. He sent her home with a snare drum. No instructions, no sticks, no stand, just a drum. So Evelyn tapped it. She pinched it. She scraped it with her fingernails. She turned it upside down. She rubbed her jewelry on it. Every action created a different vibration. At her second lesson, Mr. Forbes asked, "How'd you get on?" "I don't know," she admitted. He knew she lived on a farm. "How does a tractor feel?" he asked. Evelyn closed her eyes. She felt the light, tingly squeak of an old, creaky tractor. She rolled under the tips of her toes, and she played an old, creaky tractor. Ticka-tucka. Then Evelyn felt the raucous roar of a brand new engine. She dug her heels into the floor, and she played the roar of a brand new engine. Vroom. Evelyn, do you think you could hear more if you took your hearing aids out? Evelyn looked at Mr. Forbes as if he had 3 heads. But she took them out. Mr. Forbes and Evelyn placed their hands on the wall of the classroom. She watched his lips for direction. Listen. He struck the timpani, which is a big drum that creates big vibrations. Whom. Then he asked a question that changed her life forever. Evelyn, where can you feel that sound in your body? He struck the drum again. Evelyn's whole body resonated. Her belly, her back, her legs, her feet. She kicked off her shoes. Her heart raced. Whoom. Vibrations moved through her fingertips, her hand, her arm, then crossed her chest and tickled her other arm. Her heart answered, wah-wum, wah-wum. She had found a sea of sound that belonged only to her. In that moment, every other sense intensified as if Evelyn's whole body had become one giant ear. She listened to the buzz of the wide world around her. Vroom! Distant trucks zoomed by. Evelyn's legs listened, humming with the rattle of the road. Wah, 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 muffled voices muttered through an underwater fog. Evelyn's eyes listened, turning murmurs into words. Evelyn became so sensitive to each vibration that she could tune an instrument based only on where she felt the vibrations in her body. When she graduated at the age of 16, Evelyn auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music in London, but they turned her down. No one believed that a deaf musician could have a career in music. But Evelyn believed. If she could learn to think about listening in a whole new way, then they could too. Evelyn knew that sound and touch weren't that different. Air vibrated, traveling through the judge's ears before turning into sound. For Evelyn, those vibrations traveled through her body. Her brain just listened differently. Evelyn fought for the right to audition again. Does my ability meet the standards of the school? She asked. They agreed that it did. One board member argued that she deserved a second audition. The board agreed. Again, Evelyn kicked off her shoes. She looked directly into the judge's wide eyes as she played. Her snare drumsticks danced, her marimba mallets bounced, her timpani sticks thrummed. Everything resonated together. The sticks, the mallets, the key, the room, and Evelyn. This time, they didn't just hear her. They listened. Her music flowed through their ears and their bodies and into their hearts. They welcomed her into the academy. After that, every music school in Great Britain changed its rules. Everyone agreed no one should be turned away simply because of a disability. During her second year at the Royal Academy of Music, Evelyn entered a national percussion competition. She took chances, interpreting the music her own way, and she won. Her heart fluttered when she received the prestigious Queen's Commendation Award for both music and academic excellence. And at the age of 17, she again kicked off her shoes to perform the very first solo percussion concerto at the Royal Academy of Music. As she sank into the cushion of broad sounds, the audience sank too. As she jabbed at short, sharp sounds, the audience jabbed too. Evelyn played with a freedom that no one had ever heard before. Europe listened. Soon, television shows documented Evelyn's life. After graduating, she was invited to perform Bartók's sonata for two pianos and percussion. The piece was recorded by CBS Records and gave Evelyn the first of two Grammy Awards. She recorded albums and performed in more than 40 countries. And the Queen of England knighted her. Dame Evelyn. The world listened. Evelyn remembered the audiologist who thought people could only hear with their ears. He was wrong. Losing my hearing, she said, made me a better listener. Evelyn Glennie became the first full-time solo percussionist in the world. She owns nearly 3,000 instruments, all of which sing in her hands. Throughout her life, many people told her, no, you can't. But Evelyn always knew she could. And you can too, if only you listen. All right. So, raise your hand and tell me, was this a biography or an autobiography? It is a biography. How do you know that? Ah, very good. So it didn't say I, right? So she wasn't writing about herself. That would be an autobiography, right? Somebody else wrote it. They kept saying her and she. Okay, those are very good clues to look for. Good job. Yes, ma'am.
Can I tell what I learned?
So, yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell us what you learned.
I learned that if you have a sort of like a disability, you should live that style.
Exactly. That's a very good lesson, right? Even nonfiction books teach us lessons. And that's a very good one to learn. I'm glad you brought that up. So, that being said, I'm going to tell you guys what we are doing today. But I'm going to give you an example, okay? So, you are going to, here in just a second, you are going to get a partner. You are going to select a biography or an autobiography from the cart. You are going to pull 3 facts about that person, okay? These are things that they have done in their life, excuse me, or stuff about them. It could be where they were born. It could be where they lived. It could be what they've done throughout their life, maybe accomplishments, okay? And you're going to write some dialogue between 2 puppets, okay? So, then you can present it, all right? So I'm going to give you an example of how to present, okay? And I understand that you're going to be able to see part of me because I'm an adult and this is built for a student. So pretend like you don't see me, okay?
Okay, I don't see you.
So I'm going to present 3 facts from the book that we just read. If you cannot see, you guys can scoot over a little bit if you want, okay? All right, you guys good where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Pretend like you don't see my big head, okay?
Okay.
Let me get my puppets ready. Here we go. Hi, my name is Evelyn Glennie. What's your name? Hello, my name is Little Susie. That's great to meet you. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Okay, great. I grew up in Aberdeenshire, Scotland in the late 1960s. I was always surrounded by music, as my father played the accordion and my mother played the organ in the church every Sunday. Wow, that's really neat. I played the piano and the clarinet until I lost my hearing at a young age. Although I slowly became deaf, I knew how to read music and learned to feel the beat of the drum in every part of my body. I became famous, even met the Queen of England. I want to meet her. Losing my hearing made me a better listener. Well, it was nice to meet you, Evelyn. I'm off to meet Queen. Okay, bye. I think he could have been a better listener. Good. Ta-da! All right. So, does everybody understand what you're doing?
Yeah.
It's short and sweet. Pull 3 facts. Write out what your puppets are going to say. Okay? Make sure you're prepared before you tell me you're ready to present. Okay? Does everybody have their partner?
Yeah.
All right. If you don't have a partner, get you one, and then go select who you're going to write about. I will walk around and I will help you guys out.
Kimberly?
Yes, absolutely. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you it's a little difficult to do it solo because you're reading and you're controlling 2 puppets. So think about that. Yes. Biographies and autobiographies are over here, guys. I'm going to give you a piece of paper. Yep. Hey, remember, try not to bump the computer right here, guys. Be very careful.
It's John.
Here, over here on the cart. Rosita. I will give you a piece of paper so you can write out what your puppets are going to say. I suggest writing your facts down first, then deciding what your puppets are going to say. Okay? Once you have your dialogue written, you can come up and pick out a puppet.
Can we do partners?
Yes. I suggest you do partners because it's going to be easier for you to manage the puppets.
Like a different person grabs the other person puppet and the
Yes. I want you to do your dialogue first and then choose, okay? All right.
Come on.
I'd rather you go to the desk, that way you have something hard to write on. Okay? And that way you're prepared before you come out. You guys have these paper?
Okay, so where's our piece, guys? Oh, wait, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Need a paper. Thanks.
You're welcome.
What are we going to sit on?
So, autobiography or biography? You're writing about something, presenting about someone. Tracy is hot. So that means is it a biography or an autobiography? Do you want me to turn the notes back on? Okay, so you said Nina did not write that book. So is it a biography or an autobiography? Autobiography is written by the person that the book is about. So it is. You're right. It's a biography. Yep. Yes. You guys need paper? So look over here and see who's made it. So let's take the Spanish one because those have a bunch of things. So here is chocolate. You guys can find facts about from.
No, it's not.
Read in Spanish? Yes. Okay. It's got yellow on it. You don't want to grab some. What's about our president? You'll find facts writing down. Joe Biden. Yes. Yes, you are writing a dialogue together.
and like it's about like one person, but like it's when he grows up. It's like he's young, then he grows up.
Okay. So go through the book and find 3 things about it. So, right, where is he born? That could be your first one, right? Do what? Oh, you guys have. Yeah. So, talk about what he does. Okay. He's an inventor, right? What did he invent? He invented something that kids love. Look in the boxes or in the totes around the room. There's pencils everywhere. Yes, sir. Careful, careful. He wrote about just from right there. There's a timeline in the book. You got yourself a good one over there. Make sure before you guys are ready to present that you know what you're going to say. It'll be very hard if you come up here and you don't know what your purpose is. You guys have your dialogue next time? What? One more really good fact.
Wait, does it robot?
Well, you said I was thinking, right? Pull one more really good fact up here. So go ahead and talk. So this one is from two fingers here and then one finger. Yeah, so your thumb and pinky, and then the rest of your fingers. What do you have? Okay, let you guys present. Go for like create one. Three things about your personality. Are you guys ready to present? Let me know when you're ready so I can get everybody's attention. Yes. It will make more sense if you know what you're going to say about that person first. Okay? Are you ready? Maybe go rehearse. Because nobody else is ready yet. So if you go back there, you can rehearse for a second, and then I can get everybody's attention. This is a closed rehearsal.
In a zoo, I mean, a lot of
I know we don't have as many. I think that was an emotional one.
The basketball player.
I think it's sad. Basketball. everybody found the Christmas lights? Guess what? If it's your first go, it's perfect, right? Yes, I know I made a couple of things. That's a nice little one, right? All right, mac and cheese. Hey, we have our first performance. If you are still writing, that's fine, as long as there's no talking so we can hear their information. Okay? All right, so everybody step away from the theater. Okay, are we ready? Here we go.
Hi, my name is Christian. Oh, fun fact about me is I like to build inventions, and you're gonna see one of my inventions. Say my name 3 times. My name is Christian. This is my fat. This is my fat boy robot. I built it when I was very young. Now I'm a big boy. Can you see my second? Yes. Say my name. Say my last name 3 times. My last name is Christian. Christian. This is a rocket. I built it 2 years ago. You gonna see it float? You gonna see it float? Yeah. Y'all like my name? Yes. Bye. Bye.
You guys ready? Okay, actually on stage left. The next performance is coming up. I know, I have to kind of say. All right, are you guys in position? Okay, let me get everybody's attention. Hey, mac and cheese. Everybody else have a chance. Okay. All right. Are we ready for our second performance? Here we go.
I sing better. Sing that? Yeah. When I sing, it was often with my eyes shut. No, it's sorry. No. Yes.
Who are you supposed to be? Oh my goodness. All right, the end.
Kimberly, come on.
Okay. You want to get a little time? Okay. All right. We're ready for our next performance. Hey, mac and cheese.
Everybody, please.
If you are finished with your puppets and you've already presented, I would like for you to put them back. That way they are available to somebody else. Guys. Hey, don't get around this computer, please. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Is everybody, is the audience ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
I am the eye doctor, and I help her. I've always said a girl can do anything a boy can. That's what I say. And she copies me. Still, Patricia. No. I still stood up for my dream, and I never gave up. And I'm her brother. I know. He's very annoying. And she likes to copy me on everything. I've always tried to tell him that everything I say is the right thing. Ada. So I stood up to be an eye doctor, and I help everyone that's a citizen in my hometown. Yeah, and we are so great. So what are you? true. Not true. It too. Not true. It too. Not true. It's true. Me.
All right, the end. Oh. All right, exit that way. Put your puppets up.
Was our story good?
Beautiful. I love it. Who was up next? Okay. That's fine. All right, mac and cheese.
Everybody free.
Go ahead. All right, guys. Sit down. Be a good audience. Be respectful. Here we go.
I am Heaven Martin.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I am the first zookeeper.
Did we forget our lines?
No.
Oh.
I am a crazy guy. I cause it back at our
Guys, sit back.
But I had to give my life away. Yeah, it's sad. I had to step into a zoo. I was very sad. Well, my family said, hey, also, but my family, is also. Okay, we're done. Okay.
All right. So here's what we are going to do for the next one. I need for you guys to sit down at the desk instead of the floor because we have too many people touching the puppet. Okay. So I told you, remember? I'm gonna let everybody else go, and if you want to go again and we have time, we will do it. All right. So Emily, you're gonna go after them too, okay? They're gonna go next, and then Emily memorized hers, so I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody, but that's pretty impressive because I couldn't remember mine either. Yes, you two are up if we have time. But I want everybody to get a chance to go once. I'm glad you guys want to do this. All right. Oh, we got a sticker. All right, are we ready? Okay, I need everybody to be a respectful audience. Once again, here we go.
And I was 8 years old. And my God, everything was good. My God, it's so yeah, oh my God, it. My challenge. I got my box is gone. Wow. Right time. Here's the red.
All right. Joe Biden, you guys. Joe Biden. All right.
There we go.
So, guys, everybody keeps asking me. I'm going to let everybody go first and then get in line over here if you want to try to go again. But I want everybody to at least get to go one time while we're in here. Okay?
Do we put them up?
I would suggest putting them up for now. That way everybody can choose when they come up. Yes, that's fine. All right. Hey, I need you guys quiet. We have another performance. Mac and cheese. Thank you. All right. You are up, ma'am.
Oh my god, what time is it? Boss, it's time to start the show. Hi, I'm Rosita, and I grew up in the late 1930s. Then I had to move when I was like, I think 4 years old. And when I went to my first school, I was only 5 years old. I think I remember it was kindergarten, but people bullied me. Like this guy here, he's my friend now, but he's not. Is missing a tooth from fight. What's up, dude? Yeah, don't mind him. He just collapsed. Then I was really good at dancing, and I decided I'll just dance. And this is my dance coach, and he doesn't really work anymore. He's retiring. That's why he's white, because he's very white here on the body. Bye, guys.
All right. That was good. That has some humor to it. All right. Has everybody had his turn to go once? Okay. So,
Why did you? No, we didn't.
no, Wyatt hasn't gone yet. All right. So you guys come over here. Get yourselves ready. Everybody else, be the respectful audience. Okay. You guys ready? All right. Here we go.
I think he's stupid. I'm born in 1969. I'm 35 years old. I was born in 1950. My birthday is May 19th.
All right. Thank you, Jackie Robinson. I didn't know Jackie Robinson was a girl and had blonde hair, but okay. All right. So we still have some people that haven't gone, you guys. So yes. So we have a group here that hasn't gone and a group here that hasn't gone. Okay. So Athena, go get back over here in the front. You'll be after them. Okay. So go right there. Okay. So you have. Okay. So you know which one you want. Okay. All right. We are a respectful audience. Here we go.
what I didn't know is that I was in school. I was in school, such as how to notes the house. I went to a class. I went to my first school. But I was the only one in my school that didn't know how to. I just like new chemistry class a lot. And then 2 years later, I just haven't any enough money, so I had to leave that school. A lot. I moved my land and needed to tell to pass down on notes. And it was so expensive. More. They want to pay more, then I would have a job. I tried to find another job. And another job. Then I got a job in the end.
Oh, cute. You guys did good.
I did all the right things.
Thank you guys. All right, we have one more presenter that has not presented yet. Hey, if you're waiting in line to go again, I need you nice and quiet. All right, here we go. Begins? All right. 4, because everybody's gone once, right? Okay. Are you guys still working on yours? Okay. So, before I let you go check out books, okay, and before we continue, because I know some of you guys are wanting to do kind of silly stuff, which is fine, okay? Somebody tell me what a biography is.
When you're talking about someone.
Right, when you're writing about somebody else. So what is an autobiography?
Somebody who is just writing a book about just one person.
About who though? Themselves. Very good. Woo, you guys are listening. What is dialogue? 2 people talking, or in our case, 2 puppets talking, right? Because it usually has to do with a play. Yes. So, if you want to check out books, you can do that. If you want to play around with the theater, that's fine. Okay? But be very careful with it. For some reason, it's not flat. Probably because I put it together. So I have to. Well, thank you. I did try. Yes, you're very much right about that. All right. So. That's okay. Finish up and then you can go. Okay. That's fine.